The ACC Big Ten challenges are here, and we always love this time of the year because we get some fantastic games right before the holidays. Well, in between the holidays, if you will, between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co host, Steve Feck. And we're going to break down one of the first games in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, Virginia Tech defeating Minnesota 67-57. And Steve, just off the air there before we came on, the words you said to me is, man, Virginia Tech looks good. And I completely agree with you. Moving to 7-1 on this season, looking very good.
Oh, yeah, and in this game, they had the 12-point first half lead and they just kind of cruised. I mean, Minnesota shot just horribly. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost willing to be a walk-on for them, the oldest, fattest walk-on in the history of the Gopher program. To try to improve their three-point shooting. But I think it's going to come along for Minnesota. I think their coach Ben Johnson even is really perplexed. I don't think he quite has his finger on why they shoot so poorly in games. Apparently, they've been having some good scrimmages and some good practices, but in games, something's just not falling for them. But for Virginia Tech, as usual, it's Sean Padula. Sean Padula, 17 points across 35 minutes, and that's the big key. He's playing 30, 35 minutes a game. We were talking off air about Grant Basile. This was not one of his better games, but he still managed to get 8 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's going to be part of it. He's fun. He's probably the most fun player on Virginia Tech to watch, but everything's going to go through Padula. And Justin Mutz added 16 points and had 9 boards. So when you're getting the secondary scoring and contributions, that's a good sign for your team as you go deeper and deeper into your schedule. And again, coming up against a Big Ten foe, a Big Ten foe is a Big Ten foe. Yes. And Minnesota is not a bad basketball team. Are they in the upper echelons of the Big Ten? No, they're not. But if they do get their shooting figured out, I can see them giving teams fits, from time to time and having some nice resume kind of wins at least. I don't see them going to a tournament, but still a good challenge for Virginia Tech. They keep, chugging along. They have a pretty tough schedule coming up, correct? Am I correct on that?
Virginia Tech, they have their schedule in December. I mean, they start to play North Carolina at the beginning of the month of December. We'll see them against Oklahoma State in the middle of December as well.
That was the game I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they have some deep, and then obviously Dayton is in there as well. Dayton should have been a tough game, but right now they're a huge question mark. But you think that they're going to rebound eventually. It makes you wonder if it'll be against a team like Virginia Tech. But there's a lot of good thoughts that I have about this Virginia Tech squad. I mean, first and foremost, if 3 of your 4 shooters that are shooting the majority of your shots are over 50% so far in the season, I mean, you're doing great. And then that third one's at 45%. So, I mean, you're really doing some good stuff there. This is a team that is 2 points away from being undefeated. The only loss they had was against against Charleston in the Charleston Classic, where they lost in the championship game by a jumper at the 3-second mark. They are 3 seconds away from being an undefeated team. And us talking about Virginia Tech a little differently, maybe putting them up in a different category with the Dukes and North Carolinas that have losses, and Virginia, who doesn't have a loss, right? But right now, Virginia Tech's not ranked. Interesting, isn't it? So I think that there's going to be a lot different. I mean, when you talk about them playing North Carolina at the beginning of December, I don't rule them out whatsoever in that game. I mean, we've seen from North Carolina and what we've seen from Virginia Tech, I have liked Virginia Tech a lot more so far this year. Even though as I'm rocking some sort of Carolina blue, I really love liking what Virginia Tech looks like so far this year. 7-1 is very impressive. Now, a lot of people thought that they were just very lucky in that ACC tournament and didn't think that they'd be able to repeat it again. We were some of those as well. We thought that might have been the case in the ACC rankings. We didn't have Virginia Tech anywhere near the top. I don't think we had them in our top 4, to be honest.
No, we did not.
Yeah, so interesting on that one. Maybe we're going to eat our words on this, but so far Virginia Tech looking very good early so far this season, Steve.
Yeah, and I think when we were doing those rankings in the ACC and where we placed Virginia Tech, I want to say I placed them either sixth or seventh or somewhere in there. It might have even been worse than that. It wasn't a matter that I didn't believe in the team that had that tournament run as much as I just thought the ACC as a whole in the aggregate was a much deeper, better conference. So that Virginia Tech, if they were in another mid-major, if they were in the Colonial or something like that, they would be up at the top there, or even in the A10. But in the ACC with all the quote unquote powerhouses there, I think that kind of more influenced where we place them as opposed to what we thought of the talent on the roster. I mean, the talent is there, but it's obviously coming together. What they found in late February and through the ACC tournament run has carried over, even with some departures. That has carried over into the season. And that's great. I mean, Virginia Tech has to be thrilled to be playing North Carolina now, in the next 7 to 10 days, because North Carolina has struggled to a certain point. That's when you want to try to pick up an ACC win to kind of pad your resume and get yourself comfortably sat on the bubble, perhaps come March.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. I love that we're getting ACC play early in the month of December. That is something that gets me absolutely excited. Conference play basketball just hits different, especially when it's before the new year and we're getting really a true taste of what these teams can look like. Let us know in the comments below what you think of this Virginia Tech team. Why aren't they ranked? Do you think they deserve a ranking? I believe they should have a number next to their name in the standings right now. So hopefully that changes come Monday, especially since we are done seeing them play until the 4th of December against North Carolina. Obviously, if they beat North Carolina, there's no doubt in my mind they will be ranked.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that should be a ranked-on-ranked matchup going into that one, to be completely honest. Let us know in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe while you're there. And thank you for watching SlasherU.